All right, so we're diving into AI today,
Oh?
but more specifically, how researchers are trying to get these super complex machines to plan ahead,
Uh-huh.
like you would before a big trip.
Right.
Imagine a robot that can pack a suitcase efficiently.
Okay.
No more missing socks.
Well, suitcase packing might be a little ways off,
Okay.
but you're spot on about the bigger picture.
Yeah.
We're really diving into a core challenge in AI research, enabling large language models.
Okay.
Those impressive text generators you've likely heard about,
Yeah.
to actually think strategically.
So you're saying these LLMs, even though they can write poems and code,
Right.
they struggle with planning. I thought they were supposed to be super smart.
They're undeniably powerful,
Okay.
but planning actions to achieve a specific goal,
Yeah.
something humans do almost intuitively,
Right.
has proven to be a real hurdle for LLMs.
That's so interesting.
Right.
Why is that?
Well,
I mean, we make plans all the time, from grocery shopping to planning a vacation.
for some,
Yeah.
and it seems this ability stems from having a sort of internal world model
Okay.
that LLMs are currently lacking.
Interesting.
We can visualize how our actions will play out,
Yeah.
almost like mentally rearranging furniture before we lift a finger.
Okay. I can see how that ability would be incredibly useful for an AI.
Right.
So how is this new research trying to bridge that gap?
That's where this new framework called RAP comes in, short for reasoning via planning.
Okay.
What's fascinating is that researchers are using the LLM itself as both the planner and the model of the world.
Wait, so they're basically teaching the AI to create its own mental playground to test out strategies?
Yeah.
How does that even work?
Think of it like playing chess in your mind.
Okay.
You visualize the board,
Uh-huh.
imagine different moves,
Yeah.
and anticipate your opponent's responses.
Okay.
RAP tries to replicate that process within the LLM.
So it's like the LLM is having a conversation with itself,
Yes.
strategizing the best plan of action.
Exactly.
That's wild.
You've got it. Wow. It's all about giving the LLM a way to simulate actions and their consequences.
Okay.
RAP tackles this with a three-pronged approach.
Okay.
First, we have the world model,
Okay.
where the LLM is trained to predict the outcomes of actions within a specific environment.
So say if we're talking about those classic AI block stacking puzzles,
Right.
the world model would be how moving one block affects all the others.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's like the LLM is learning the unique physics of that block world.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
What's the second element?
The second element is rewards.
Rewards.
Just like training a dog with treats,
Okay.
you need a way to guide the LLM toward the desired outcome.
Right?
The system is designed to reward actions that bring it closer to the goal.
So if the goal is to get the blue block on top,
Yeah.
the AI gets a virtual high five every time it successfully moves the blue block upward.
You got it.
Okay.
And finally, the third element is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
MCTS,
MCTS.
which stands for Monte Carlo Tree Search.
Okay.
Imagine the AI building a mental map of all possible moves in a game,
Okay.
like a choose-your-own-adventure book.
Okay.
And RAP helps it quickly explore the most promising paths.
So the AI isn't just randomly trying things.
Right.
It's actually thinking several steps ahead, learning from what works and what doesn't.
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah.
MCTS is a smart algorithm that helps explore numerous potential action sequences incredibly efficiently.
Huh.
It strikes a balance between exploring new possibilities and exploiting paths that seem promising,
Okay.
based on those rewards we talked about.
It's like RAP is giving the AI the ability to learn from its mistakes.
Yeah,
Kind of like how we learn from experience.
exactly.
That's pretty cool.
It is pretty neat.
So how well does this actually work in practice?
Oh,
Can RAP actually make an LLM into a master strategist?
that's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
And to find out, the researchers tested RAP on a variety of tasks.
Okay.
One of the test environments was, you guessed it, Bloxworld.
All right, let's hear it. How did these AIs stack up against us, humans, who can, actually pick things up in the real world?
Well, remember how we talked about humans having that innate planning advantage?
Yes.
In one block stacking test, humans had a 78% success rate.
Okay.
In contrast, a standard GPT-3 only managed a measly 1%.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Talk about humbling an algorithm.
Right.
Okay, so how did an RAP enhanced LLM do?
It did much better than that.
Okay.
RAP achieved a 64% success rate, even outperforming GPT-4 in some of the Bloxworld scenarios.
Wow, that's a massive improvement.
Yeah.
It seems like RAP is really tapping into something fundamental here.
Right.
But block stacking is one thing. What about more complex reasoning, like math problems?
Uh-huh.
Could RAP handle those too?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And the researchers didn't shy away from that challenge.
Okay.
They also tested RAP on math word problems.
Okay.
And once again, it outperformed other LLM methods.
All right, color me impressed.
Yeah, it's really interesting stuff.
So it's not just about spatial reasoning like in Block's world.
Right.
This means RAP is helping the AI break down problems into logical steps,
Yeah.
moving beyond just moving blocks to actually solving equations.
You're catching on.
Okay.
What's fascinating here is that this goes beyond simply following pre-programmed rules.
Right.
RAP seems to be enabling a more fundamental understanding of how to approach problems.
Yeah.
It's like the difference between memorizing a formula and actually understanding the underlying concept.
That's a really good analogy.
Yeah.
So it's not just about brute forcing calculations.
Right.
It suggests a deeper level of reasoning is emerging.
Yeah, definitely.
But how about something even more abstract?
Go ahead.
What about logic puzzles?
Yeah.
The kind that make your brain twist into knots.
Right.
Did they try that too?
They did.
Oh.
And you know what?
Yeah.
RAP excelled there as well.
Wow.
They used a data set called Pronto QA, which involves verifying hypotheses based on a set of facts and rules.
So it's like those logic puzzles where you have to figure out who ate the last cookie based on clues like person A hates chocolate and person B was at the library.
Precisely.
Okay.
And RAP consistently demonstrated an ability to use those given facts and rules to arrive at the correct conclusion.
This is really making me think differently about the potential of AI.
Yeah.
It's not just about crunching numbers or mimicking human language anymore,
Right.
but actually starting to replicate how we think.
Yeah.
This suggests that teaching AI to plan like humans isn't just a cool trick. It unlocks a new level of problem-solving potential.
It really does.
It hints at a future where AI isn't just following our instructions, but actively collaborating with us to find solutions.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And that's exactly what makes this research so exciting.
Yeah.
It gives us valuable insight into the gap between current AI and human-like intelligence, but also hints at the incredible potential for AI to assist us with increasingly complex tasks in the future.
This raises an important question about what this all means beyond the tech itself.
Okay.
We've seen AI get pretty good at generating creative text formats,
Yeah.
but this almost feels different.
Right.
If AI can master planning like this, what kind of doors could that open?
That's where things get really interesting.
Yeah.
And we'll dive into those possibilities right after this. Imagine a world where AI can help us tackle those big complex problems that have stumped us for ages. Things like optimizing traffic flow in cities.
Okay.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
No more rush hour.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
Right.
No more rush hour would definitely be a game changer.
Yeah.
But those are some pretty big systemic examples.
Right.
What about something a little closer to home?
Okay.
How could this kind of AI planning impact our everyday lives?
Think about the field of healthcare.
Okay.
Imagine AI that can analyze a patient's medical history, their current symptoms, and all the potential treatment options,
Yeah.
and then use that information to create a truly personalized healthcare plan.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
It's like having a whole team of specialists constantly consulting with each other
Right.
and with you
Yeah.
to figure out the best course of action
Yeah.
tailored to your specific needs.
Exactly.
Wow.
And it's not just about finding the best solution in some abstract sense,
Right.
but also considering things like individual preferences, potential side effects, even factors like cost effectiveness.
Wow. It's like AI isn't just assisting doctors, but actually collaborating with them and with
Yeah.
patients
Right.
to make much more informed decisions.
Absolutely.
What's important for us to remember is that this research isn't about replacing human judgment,
Right.
but about creating AI tools that can augment our abilities and help us make better choices.
You've hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
And let's not forget about the field of education.
Right.
Imagine AI tutors that can adapt to a student's learning style in real time,
Okay.
personalizing lesson plans and offering targeted support exactly where they need it.
So instead of one-size-fits-all textbooks, you could have this AI companion helping students learn at their own pace in a way that actually makes sense to them.
Right.
That could be absolutely groundbreaking for accessibility in education.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And it highlights something really important about this research.
Okay.
It's not just about making AI smarter for the sake of it,
Right.
but about making it more useful, more relevant to the human experience.
Yeah.
We're moving beyond the stage of AI that wows us with its ability to write poems or play chess, and into a phase where it can actually help us solve real-world problems in a meaningful way.
Now, you might be wondering, with all this talk about AI getting better at planning,
Right.
should we be worried? I mean, it's a common question that comes up a lot when we talk about AI advancements.
It's a valid concern for sure.
Yeah.
But it's important to keep in mind that AI at its core is a tool.
Okay.
How we choose to use that tool is ultimately up to us.
So it's less about fearing some kind of robot uprising and more about being responsible and ethical in how we develop and use this incredible technology.
Absolutely.
But this research does make you think, what are the limits of AI's ability to plan?
Right.
If we can teach it to think strategically in these controlled environments, could it eventually surpass our own human abilities?
It's certainly a thought-provoking question.
Yeah.
And this is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Researchers working on REP acknowledge that there's still a significant gap between AI planning and the kind of flexible, intuitive intelligence that humans possess.
Okay.
We have this incredible capacity for things like common sense intuition, even incorporating emotions into our decision-making.
Right.
Those are things that AI still struggles to grasp.
Right. Like my brilliant plan to avoid a traffic jam by taking a shortcut through a cornfield.
Yeah.
Probably not something an AI would come up with, at least not yet.
Right.
But this RAP research is showing us that AI is capable of more than just following instructions.
Absolutely.
It can learn to reason, to strategize, to plan.
And that's huge.
And that's what makes this research a crucial step forward, not just an endpoint.
Right.
It's like we've given AI a whole new mental toolbox to play with.
Yeah.
Now it's about exploring the full potential of those tools and seeing what incredible things we can build together.
So where do we go from here?
Right.
What are the next big questions in this field?
Okay.
What are researchers most excited about exploring?
Well, one area they're particularly interested in is the need for more robust and adaptable world models.
Okay.
Right now, RAP works well in the controlled settings of these research experiments.
Yeah.
But the real world,
Yeah.
it's messy, it's unpredictable, and AI needs to be able to handle that.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And AI might be a whiz at navigating a perfectly laid out virtual city,
Right.
but throw in a few unexpected detours.
Uh-huh.
Maybe a construction zone.
Yeah.
Or a flock of pigeons crossing the street.
Right.
And suddenly it's back to AI school.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So developing AI that can adapt to those real-world complexities.
Those curveballs that life throws at us,
Right.
that's a major challenge for researchers.
Okay.
It's one thing to teach an AI the rules of the game,
Right.
but it's a whole other ball game to teach it how to improvise,
Yeah.
how to adapt when the rules change,
Right.
or even how to bend the rules strategically when it needs to.
Okay, so building more adaptable AI,
Yeah.
that's definitely high on the priority list.
Right.
What else?
Yeah.
What other big questions are researchers grappling with in this field?
Another incredibly exciting avenue is exploring how to integrate these impressive planning abilities with other AI capabilities.
Okay.
We've been talking about LLMs and their knack for language.
Right.
But there's a whole other universe of AI out there
Okay.
focused on things like visual understanding, robotic movement, even social interaction.
So it's like we have all these brilliant AI specialists, each with their own unique skills.
Right.
But the real holy grail would be to create something more like an AI generalist, right? One that can plan, perceive, move, and maybe even chat with us about its grand plans over a cup of virtual tea.
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
Imagine the possibilities if we could combine all of these specialized AI skills into a single, more integrated system.
Right.
It would be a monumental leap forward.
Wow.
But as with all significant AI advancements, it's crucial that we proceed thoughtfully and responsibly,
Yeah.
keeping a close eye on the ethical implications and ensuring that these powerful tools are always used for the benefit of humanity.
That's a really important point to emphasize.
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up in the wow factor of cutting-edge AI.
Right.
But the true challenge and the most exciting opportunity lies in making sure that these breakthroughs lead us to a brighter future for everyone.
Absolutely.
And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe someday we'll have AI helping us not just with complex logistics or personalized healthcare,
Right.
but with those everyday dilemmas we all face,
Yeah.
like what to make for dinner or how to finally conquer that drawer full of random stuff that's been bothering us for years.
Now, that would be an AI truly worth its weight in algorithms.
It sure would.
Yeah.
This has been a fascinating deep dive into the world of AI and the quest to create machines that can plan ahead, just like you.
Absolutely.
A big thank you to our expert for joining us today and for breaking down this complex topic in such a clear and engaging way.
Thanks for having me.
And as always, thank you, our listeners, for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah.
Until next time, keep those amazing brains of yours firing on all cylinders.